The big culture in America is getting insane. The Starbucks employee watching me smash no tip after they use their fine arts degree to microwave my breakfast sandwich.
That is true. That is so
Honestly,
true.
I think tipping is so fucking like ancient and a stupid thing that it's expected of people. Like when I was really
It is. It is. And only America is tip mandatory. And tipping should be not mandatory. Some countries it's considered an insult because that means you think they need extra money. So it's considered an insult.
really poor, I literally couldn't afford to tip. I couldn't. I just couldn't afford it. A 10% tip, that's like if it's like a $20 meal, it's like, oh my gosh. And then 10% is low, so if you want to be nice, you should do 15 to 20%.
What the hell? And that's another thing. It used to be 3 to 5% was tipping. And 5% was considered excellent, above 100% on the grade. You know how some of the teachers go, no one would never be 100% because that means you're perfect. So, yes, and now people, it's 10 to 30%. It has gone up a lot. And that's 10%, like she said, is low. Back when 3% was acceptable. And you would thought you were doing good, great, amazing was 3%.
Yeah. Yeah, and then tipping for Starbucks, like, oh, you made my drink? Like, why don't they just fucking pay them a normal wage instead? It's gone.
Exactly. Exactly. You have waiters and waitresses making like $2.12, and they can get away with it and not pay minimum wage because tips are included in the wage. But how can you do that? That's like you're basically working a contract job, a sales job, ladies and gentlemen. You're basically working a sales job because if you sell really good, you get commission. Like car dealers. Why do you think they work so hard to sell you that car? They make commission off how much they sell you. But there again, that's better because they make a part of what they sell you for the car, not what you're tipping. You don't go car salesman, right? And then have them tip the car salesman 30% of the value of the car. That does not make sense. So why am I going to a sit-down restaurant? And yes, I said sit-down restaurant because I ain't tipping. I ain't tipping for you to make my drink or to give me my order for a takeout. No. I'm sorry. I'm not tipping just because you hand me an ice cream cone. Okay? Nah. No. Because I be damn gonna be tipping anyone that just turns around, grabs a cone, and hands me my food. If I have to get out of my house and go to your location and get my food to go, I ain't tipping. Okay, sorry. Sorry, I gotta calm down. Whew. Yeah, okay, good. We're good. Ooh, gotta breathe. Okay, so like I said, why would you go to a car dealership and tip the car dealer 30% because the car dealer doesn't want to pay the salesman? It's an even worse commission than commissions. Yeah.
We had a controller to be just for barbers and deliveries only if they did a good job. Yeah, dude, this one time I walked into a fancy bakery, and granted they were really, really good, but the chick like turned the thing around, the little machine, and it said tip, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what am I tipping you for? You just put the bread in the bag. Like, what? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yes. Yes, they are. They are out of their mind, people. Out of the mind. Yeah. You know. again, and then they turn around, turn the little thing around, and they stare at you, just like that meme right there. They just stare at you. They just stare at you, and they give you that happy look, kind of like a little Cinderella look, like, are you going to tip me $15 just for putting that bread in your bag? And then you don't, and then they start yelling, saying, "Manager, manager," for their own thing.
Yes, she turned it around and it had like the, the no tip, 15%, other 20, 25. And I was like, buddy, what the fuck are we doing here? Yeah, I thought it was funny. That's what you see on barber cuts and stuff. I think that's fine.
So, have you ever gone to a sit-down restaurant and they have those auto pay bills at the sit-down table where you can just pay your bill at the machine on your table? But if you don't watch it, the auto set for like 30, 35%, some as high as 40%. And the auto set like that. So if you're just clicking yes, you'll get hit. The auto set as a default for that high of 30%. I'm like, no. And then again, and listen to this. Before that, we've we travel a lot, me and my family, and we'd be at sit down restaurants, and they'd be like an alcohol restocking fee. In my family, we don't drink. We don't drink. We got a history of alcoholism in the family, so we don't drink. Even though we're not alcoholics or anything, we just don't drink. And we're like, no. No, this is actually kind of offensive to us. Alcohol restocking fee. No, we're not paying that. And then the manager comes out, well, you see, we have to restock alcohol. Well, we didn't order alcohol. So we're not tipping because you just took the guy's tip. And it was like a 4% alcohol restocking fee. And who was this? I think it was Chili's. But yeah, it's stupid.
But I still would prefer if they just, paid them money.
Oh
my god. How? This is so relevant to what I was talking about. The fuck do you mean it's not optional? As a regular and generous tipper, this is wild. Help, what do I do? Leave a tip. Not optional. It's rude not to. This looks, photoshopped.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. It's rude not to. Ladies, men, gentlemen of the internet, testosterone filled and estrogen filled men and ladies. You see, in this case, you just go to the custom tip and hit 0. It is not rude not to tip. It's only in the mind. Only because they don't want to pay their loyal employees who signed up for this. They are told beforehand, at least they better be, that they would not be making full minimum wage.
This looks photoshopped. There's no way. 30%, 35, 50. You are off your fucking gourd. Custom tipped fucking 1 cent. Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, there's no way.
Smug, you are more nicer and kinder than I am. I just totally out myself. I totally out myself, right? I wouldn't take him nothing. I would have gave him nothing. Oh, it's not mean. I mean, look, it's even if this wasn't Photoshop, it's at the counter, people. At the counter. 16 feet. They probably got the food to go, okay? this no.
Custom tip, fucking -$1. Go
Yes.
fuck yourself.
Yes.
No, there's no way this is real though. Yo, smugglers, do you ever wonder why I'm so smug all the time? Because I'm drinking gamer subs from my SmugAlana waifu cup.
Gamer sub!
Shit.
Get your waifu! Get your waifu, SmugAlana!
Don't forget to click the link in the video description below. Don't miss out. I can't. I think I would lose my mind. If this happened, hypothetically speaking, I would lose it. I'd be like, bro, what do you fucking mean you have to tip? How the fuck do you know how much money you have in the fucking bank? Oh, and then there's this too. Oh, yeah. There's another link, dude. Oh,
Oh, have you seen the elevators where they make you tip now? I can't remember if it was a troll or not, but it was like, thank you, please tip your elevator. I think it was me. And they're like, yeah, thank you, please tip your elevator. Tip your oldest elevator, you know what I'm saying?
of course he reacted to this. Let's watch it. What did he say? If I remember correctly, Aspen is a vehement no tipper when he was really poor.
Holy shit! God damn!
Yeah!
Yeah, just do a custom. So what you do in a situation like this, by the way, is you just do a custom tip and you make it 0.
Yes!
This is something they do at
Yes!
Torchy's Tacos here in Austin, and that's how you do it. I mean,
What? This is real? Wait a minute. He's seen it in real life where they make you?
for me,
Yes, they do make you. That's true life. And yes, you hit that 0 button. You just go whack.
yeah, you custom and then go to 0. Now, obviously not optional. Apparently, it clearly is. And so, anyway, this is something that happens a lot, and I feel like custom tip equals 0. Yeah, if I don't sit down and get shit handed to me, and I'm not tipping.
True.
I have no
Yes.
problem tipping people now because I have a lot of money. But like before that, I never tipped in general, even if I was being waited on or anything like that. I think the fact is, like, somebody bringing me my food, like, I've said this 100 times, so I don't want to, like, get into it too much. But, like, I would much rather tip the chef and, like, the cook that made my food than the waiter that brings it to me. It's like stolen valor almost, right? I mean, you have...
Stolen valor?
You're the one.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
You've got a guy that's, like, making the food. He's sitting in there in this fucking kitchen, sweating his fucking ass off, dealing with this, and then it's apparently now it's somebody else that you've got to do it with. Fuck that. It's hot, bro. Yeah, it's hot. And, like, you're giving the money just to some cute waitress. I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, I don't care. And so I just want to have good food. And so that's who I'd want to reward, right? The majority of places pay the cooks way more. Yeah, and I think...
Again, yeah, the cooks and the people in the back, they get paid normal salary for where they paid. It's the servers that get ripped. Like, if you're a server, you're probably making $1, $2.17, maybe $5 an hour. But then you have to pay the bartender. If there's a bartender, if there's a bar, you have to pay them your bar tab or whatever. So if you don't get enough money, you lose more money. You go negative. You go negative because you have to pay the bartender. It is such a ripoff. It's insane. And yes, I know there's some people out there who'd be like, no, I don't want to lose my tips and stuff because, well, they're afraid they can't make ends meet without the tips. I understand that. You're scared. And I also understand there's some of the ones who are at good restaurants. I'm talking about the high fancy ones. This like steaks and stuff where they get paid $600 in tips type stuff. They don't want to lose it because that's more than they'll probably get if the company makes it, you know? So I understand, but it would be better if they just had a working wage.
think that honestly, like you think about it, which would be easier to replace, a waiter or a what do you call it, a cook? I think a waiter definitely, because I mean, again, they already kind of have replaced waiters, because if you order the food yourself online,
and again, if you're a restaurant, if someone messes up, whose reputation's gonna get worse on who misses it? Is it the waiter who spills the drink or the food on the floor or on their customer? No. Is it the chef who miscooks some food and the customer gets food poisoning and never goes back to that restaurant again? No. That's right. Their chef has more responsibility in that restaurant to make a good meal. Because if they don't, the restaurant fails. Like in restaurants, working fast food currently. Yes. I work at fast food. That's right, people. You don't get just to jump on the burger fryer making burgers. No. You have to work your way up there. Because if the burger's bad, they won't come back and spend more money at the restaurant. So the burger has to be good. No one really cares about fries, as you know. I don't know how many people can go fries, but yeah, it's the burger that sells. Yeah. It is. I'm telling you, it is.
Nobody had to take your order, so they've already done it in a way. So that's the way I see it.
Asmund is getting backlash for his take on tipping culture. That's wild. Wait, hold on. The reason he's getting backlash is because when he says he often didn't tip people when he was poor, people take that as an attack on waiters. The problem isn't that waiters don't deserve a tip, especially if they do a really good job, right? The problem is that it is 100% normal in America.
Exactly. It's 100% normal in America. I mean, I tip huge, even if I don't have money. Like we were coming back, long trip, driving at night. We spent like 24 hours plus driving. We're tired, middle of the night, like 2, 3 o'clock, stopping at an all 24-hour restaurant. We walk in, and the waitress there was like, "Y'all need coffee." and there was coffee pot right on the table, hot and warm, before we got seated at the table. And she kept our coffee cups and that pot filled with some hot, delicious coffee. I mean, it was so good just to stay up. And we ordered food. I gave her, not kidding, 100 and some odd % tip. I was doing jobs then too. I gave her like 100 and something tip because damn, she was right. She read we needed coffee, and that coffee was a lifesaver. So she earned that tip, that 100 and some odd tip, 100% tip right there. Because if you earn it, you're gonna get it. I know, but if you got to earn it. Okay, she earned it. She kept that coffee pot hot, coffee coming, didn't have to ask questions. She didn't try to small talk us because we were tired. She got an order. She even probably took our time because we were so tired. I think my brother had to be like, man, wake up. You gotta wake up. Bet, you gotta wake she's waiting for your order, man. You know, and she was patient. She didn't grumble or anything. She was patient with us. So she earned that tip. But yes, it is 100% expected in America. Again, and a lot of countries, a lot of other countries, it's an insult. It is a very, very bad insult. If you're lucky, they bring you back the money thinking you dropped it. And not like have you arrested for insulting the character. I'm laughing, but it's serious. It's like a serious crime in some countries, I believe. So.
For restaurants to subsidize paying their employees onto their customers. It's retarded. I've always said this. It's always been retarded. It's a bad system.
It is a bad system.
Yeah, it's stupid. I think it's dumb. Yeah, and it sucks for the person. We need to pay waiters a real salary, like a real wage, and not have them depend on tips to survive.
Completely agree.
Because guess what? That's why everyone's so emotional about this. That's why they're mad at him. When you don't tip a waiter, they're literally taking food out of their mouth where they can't afford their rent and they can't feed their kids. You're stealing from them, like blah, 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 blah.
And it shouldn't be that way. And tips. All my restaurant worker friends, tips are so unreliable. They are. You cannot depend on them week to week. If they had a full wage, you can depend on that. You know how much you're going to make week to week, or every 2 weeks, or every month, depending on how you get paid. You know, there's security in that. You can be like, well, I'm not going to fill the gas this week, but now I can skip a week, a day of work. It's going to suck because I can't drive there. But at least I know my paycheck will give me a full gas tank so I can make the whole other week. Or, you know, you don't have to rely on, well, I only made $12 this week in tips. And then the next week, you hope you make $40 in tips. It's so up and down. And again, it's not, if it was commission, it would be better if it was commission based. But how would you do? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a VTuber. I'm just a 2D animated girl. But yeah, you see, you can't rely on that. And it's stupid that any company owner expects someone to work week to week on a random system like that. It's horrible.
No, they sign up for a job where the payment is in the hands of the public instead of their employers. Like that's kind of a skill issue, like, at the end of the day. Sorry.
Again, she's right. It's a skill issue because you knowingly take this position. You can go work at a gas station and make more. You knowingly take this position. It sucks, yeah, because it's probably the only option. I've worked some really nasty jobs. I'm talking about maggots falling from the ceiling, rats running along you because they don't know you're alive. Jobs. Just so I didn't have to work as a waiter. That's just me because, one, I'm not a people person. I'm an a-hole. I'm willing to admit that. I would not get tips for nothing because I'd be horrible. And I got bad memory. If you they'd be telling me orders constantly. I'd be like, I have no idea what you said. But it's a nightmare. You know, it's just one of those. Everyone has the jobs they don't want to work. It would probably just me mentioning that maggot, the little creepy wormy crawly things, falling from the ceiling on a regular basis probably would not be a lot of people's normal job. That's probably the last job they would do. But I'm willing to take that job over, working waiter. So it's people's preference. And like Smug said, you signed up for this. So don't come after me with the spork that I didn't tip you $5 for a 10-cent ice cream cone.
Sometimes let me think about it this way. when you wait tables, you get an Asman post 2015 who's super rich and tips well, and sometimes you get like pre 2015 Asman gold and you get absolutely nothing. It's not his fault. It's not anyone's fault. Tipping culture needs to be removed.
Agree.
I'm honestly kind of tired of hearing about it every 3 months. It just needs to stop. It evens itself out. Not necessarily, because you can get really unlucky. You could live in a poor town and then you get shit tips.
She's right. It does not even out, guys. It doesn't. It's a luck of the draw. It's who comes in. This is where you need, like VTube, you have that customer base who are loyal. They're the ones that will ask for you by name when you sit down. They know when your shift is. They come in on your shift. And then usually some newcomer or something is trying to steal them away from you. Your fan base at the restaurant, because they know they tip well. They see you getting like 10, 20, $100 tips from these guys, and they'll try to steal you from them. They'll try to steal your customers. But the customer's there for you because they like you as a server. Just like chat's there for the VTubers. They're there because they like you. They enjoy your content and stuff because they like you. And that's what what gets you through. It's those ones that help you through.
It's a statistical probability. I'm sure that does happen. I'm just saying, like, I feel like putting that kind of thing on the customer is so annoying. Yeah. And also, people get blindsided by tips too because they can't do math. Yeah.
Yeah, she's right. A lot of people can't do percentage.
Working in a college town, delivering to a bunch of broke uni kids. Yeah, actually, good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's gonna tip you? They're gonna tip you like $3 per order.
That's if you're lucky. Oh, that's if you're lucky. My luck wasn't so good. My luck was like $0. 0 tip, and had to pick up the fries because they always felt the need to drop the fries and soda when they left on the floor. Thanks, guys. Made closing up so much better.
It is federal law that if you make less in tips than minimum, then your employer must make up the difference. It's always in the server's favor. But the employer should just pay them a normal fucking wage.
I wonder if that's probably because they don't have to give them health insurance. Some of this is probably them trying to avoid health insurance, because health insurance, like so many know, is expensive, and it's expensive for the employer. That's why it's part of your benefits. I mean, they get a discount rate, of course, because how many employers they have in the insurance bucket, but they're still probably paying about $200-300 per employee for health insurance, plus what you put in. I don't know if anyone ever had to go Cobra before. You get where they give you the option to extend your company health insurance for $600 to $800 if you're lucky per month. It's like, I don't have a job. I don't have a job, and you want me to pay $600-800 for health insurance? Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Fuck that shit. I hate that. What the fuck do you mean? Make up the fucking difference. No. This also just minimum wage? Well, I don't know. This is my opinion. I think that when I was really, really broke, I basically didn't go to restaurants because I felt embarrassed going because I couldn't tip. I pay for like my little meal. I sit down, And then I'd look at the fucking bill and I'd be like, ah, fuck, now I gotta do math. But if I tip this much, I'll look like a dickhead. Even if they did a really good job. I have had moments, obviously, where the waiter did a terrible job.
Sorry, I supposed to stop you here, but she's right. I've been that. We all been there. Even if you had money, you still feel that shame because it's baked in. And what's worse, if you are poor and it's your favorite restaurant and you just do it, you just go for like once a month because it makes you happy. Like I love me some good old chocolate milkshakes. They are my happy food. And I would go and get me my milkshake, feeling sad, you know. But if you do that for at other restaurants, they have a sniper board, ladies and gentlemen. Every restaurant has a board. Even if they don't, they know if they see you that you're probably not going to tip. And again, like most people, I know it's a survival thing. It's not selfish. It's just survival. They want their money. So I've seen it where they go after you. They come out and say, was your service exemplary? Did you not like your food? It's like, no, it's all fine. Then why didn't you tip? Why didn't you tip? And then you have to sit there in public being shamed by the employees and explain that you're broke. And then if you're lucky, the employee will let you leave. If not, then you have the employee will be, well, why are you eating out if you don't have money, if you're poor? Well, maybe I was having an especially hard and sad day. I wanted my happy meal. I want my comfort food, y'all. I want my comfort food. I'm allowed to be happy, to have chocolate, to eat, and my happy food to get me happy again, to get me continuing on to the next day and not be questioned by the server about me not paying a tip. I'm broke. You don't need to come this way. But they're, like I said, they know. They know you. They see you. And they talk. And it's just, it shouldn't be that way. It's just a bad process for both the server and the guy, the customer. Because the restaurant's losing business because you don't want to go to there because you feel ashamed because you're not tipping.
And never came over and never took my order. Like, I get it, like, whatever, that's different. But I'm talking about, like, if they did a good job and I didn't have money to give them, I felt, like, emotionally bad. Yeah,
you shouldn't have to do that, people.
Are we paying more in tips for inflation? Yeah, that's another point. Inflation's, like, through the fucking roof.
Yeah, like I said, it went from, was it 3 to 5% was considered normal to now 10 to 40%, 10 to 30%. When is it? Sooner or later, you just watch it. It'd be like you have to tip 150% more for the food than you do. You have to pay the server more than you do the food. It's ridiculous, and it's wrong.
Yeah. What's minimum wage in the U.S.? It depends on the state. You have to look it up.
Yeah.
It depends. I don't know. Every state is different. Yeah.
For y'all non-Americans, it's best to think as each state as a different country, divided by own local laws. So imagine the United States being all of Europe, and then each state being each country within Europe. It's easier that way. It really is.
Tipping should be based on service and expectancy or obligation. In some countries, it's rude to tip.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just this emotional bullshit where the solution is so blatant. Your employer is evil for making you rely on tips for your income. You should be mad at them. But
yeah, you should be mad at them. But it's so ingrained in our culture that it has to be focused at the customer and not the employer. And it's horrible. It's like, hey, guys, it's basically an abusive relationship. You are scared to go to a restaurant because you don't have the money to tip. That's if you're scared like that, that's an abusive relationship. If you're bringing out fear and anxiety, having anxiety packed tax because you can't just pay a tip, that's not good, y'all.
no, you get mad at the poor family who can't afford to tip you. So what? They're not allowed to go to the restaurant? Like, that's not fair. People get so emotional about this. Like, zero logical thinking. Just blind rage. Like, grrr, Asmon's fucking gross. He doesn't care about waitresses and tipping. Grrr, I deserve a tip. Grrr.
Exactly. Grrr, grrr. And again, guys, it's hard. Like, you do have those families that only eat out when they can get a Groupon every month because that's all they can afford. I mean, I understand that. I've been there, done that.
You're starving me. Grrr. It's stupid. I'm tired of reading these emotional arguments on Twitter and whatever. And, like, by emotional people and women about waiting tables. It's such a waste of time, man. It's so annoying. It's such an old-ass, stupid-ass culture. And owners of restaurants make the waitresses and waiters share their tips with them? That's disgusting. That's abhorrent. Yeah, I saw an entire episode of Kitchen Nightmares where they found out that they were, like, garnishing their wages and shit through the tipping. And they would take, like, their tips and Gordon Ramsay found out and freaked the fuck out at him. The boss, I mean. Yeah, Amy's Baking Company. They literally took their tips. It's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Yeah, it was illegal, obviously, but I'm just saying. Yeah, he flipped.
That's like those companies, those construction companies where they take the water budget for the construction workers so they can have water on site. They take the budget and then put it in the pockets, and then they say, "Oh, sorry guys, company didn't give us the water budget this month, so you have to go without water. Gotta bring your own water to the work site."
The fuck out of him, and it got into a fight. It's crazy. Sick of it. Oh, he responded to this. Tipping culture gives upper middle class Americans the rare opportunity to shame and look down on working class Americans with moral righteousness. This is actually true.
Holy shit!
Oh, sorry. This one, the reason we still have it is socially acceptable way to class shame. Dude, so true, actually. Yeah, he's right. It's a way to, like, look down on people that can't afford stuff, and then they're like, oh my god, these people don't tip and stuff. At Taco Bell, we couldn't take tips, yet we could take $50 and $100 bills. Tipping at Taco Bell? The fuck? I don't know, man. If you're tipping at a fast food chain, I don't know, man. That's cooked. That's fucked up. The concept of making a shitload of money by paying employees barely anything and basically asking your customers to even pay even more just because the boss is a greedy ass your shtick befuddling to me. Yeah, I don't understand it either. It's such a stupid culture. Coffee workers and fast food places should not get tips. Just pay them a livable wage. Just pay them a normal wage. It's not that hard.
It's not, y'all.
You already make millions of dollars. Starbucks is one of the biggest franchises franchises in the universe. Why the fuck am I tipping at Starbucks?
Exactly.
I'd be more inclined to tip at like a local coffee shop or something. You know, like not a fucking conglomerate. The people crying about this are usually like woke people or Karens, but if I remember correctly, wasn't the origin of tipping culture like fucking racist as fuck? Like, I'm pretty.
It was racist. It was racist driven. If I remember correctly, it's been a few years since I remembered read the article. It was because don't quote me on this. Again, I'm just a 2D anime girl here. But it was for the African Americans. It was to tip the African Americans because they were not paid the same wage as the whites. So tipping was invented as a form of equal pay stuff. I can't remember the exact reason, but it's basically that. And yeah.
Pretty sure. Let me look it up.
Oh, she's looking up. Hey, she's looking up. Sorry. Sure,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Smug.
The history of tipping, how tipping came to America. No. What is this? What? Miss Morgan in war against tips. Tips were left in European taverns to ensure quick and good service. Wealthy Americans discovered it for themselves in the 1850s and 60s while traveling in Europe. Tipping was born in Europe in the Middle Ages and a master-served custom where servants would receive an extra gratuity for excellent performance. No way! It came from Europe, but in Europe it's so outdated. But America still has it. It's so dumb. No shot. In Europe they don't tip.
That's insane. Sorry, again, I'm wrong. 2D animal girl here. Don't take my word for it. don't. I'm more fluff than I am brains here. I'm sorry. I deeply am sorry. But that's insane. Dang. Get it, girl.
Considered weird. That's crazy, man. That's gross.
That's insane.
There was a high level of resistance to it, and tipping was deemed un-American. Eating out was already expensive. Why would struggling Americans have to pay more on top of the bill? That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, and it goes back to slavery. Yeah. Establish a range where he was champion child labor, yep. How did we get here and where are we today? One day I'll be saved. Oh look, here comes the night. Thank you, good sir. How can I ever repay you?
25%.
Only tip in real restaurants and then only if service was good, else don't tip. Yeah, no, like normal like stuff. Yeah. I think tipping's probably fine if you're like at a really like fancy restaurant, but yeah. I don't know. It depends. We don't expect it? Yeah, exactly. It's a funny little comic. American travelers bring it back. The 13th budget served savory in multiple states. Passed laws to abolish tipping. Anti-tipping laws are repealed by the government. No! They had it so good for like 20 years!
Lobby. Someone lobby that. Who? I don't know.
No way! They killed it and then they brought it back. I'm telling you, man, it's an outdated thing. It's cringe. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, even the AI. Bro, even if you type it into Google, the AI says that it took off during the Civil War. That's crazy. That's crazy work. We should keep this around. Would y'all tip AI for servers? Fuck no.
No.
Why the fuck would I tip an AI?
I'm not tipping an AI, an elevator, or the stairs just because I took it. Okay.
Hell no. Soon Flippy will want tips too. Fuck Flippy, he's flipping burgers on Christmas, man. Yeah. Since AI is taking over jobs, it's AI though. Like, why would the fuck would I tip an AI? It doesn't go home to its kids and not have money to feed its kids. It's an AI. What? I'm tipping the fucking guy that made the AI? Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
That guy who made the AI probably doesn't even work for the company. Sold it and ran.
Not yet. My kid's Alan. So you feel you're better than me? Stop role-playing in my chat. Flippy's gonna want PTO vacation days. Flippy's gonna work Christmas and he's gonna like it. Oh. It's literally racist, man. Which was then used by some employers to keep wages low, particularly for black workers in service jobs.
Oh, so it's, yeah. So I did read the article right. Okay, good.
It's literally racist. Like, look. Why is it still around?
Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, my fellow cultured, loving anime girls of the Oppa, thighs, and gluteus maximus, I ask you, why are we pulling down statues of different varieties and backgrounds? Ain't even getting rid of just a rock in the name of racism. But yet we leave the tipping scheme that does more harm to everyone else. I ask you why. That has been my political speech. Thank you.
What happened, man? What happened? It's not racist, for sure. It's classist and it's racist. Yeah.
Classes, depending on what restaurant you go into. I'm sorry. If I walk into like Taco Bell or Subway, I don't know if that's class or not. I don't know if that's class or not. But I mean, if I walk into like a steakhouse where the cheapest meal is like $100 a plate, that's a salad. Yeah, that's class. That's classless. But I just don't see how classless.
Because people are stupid and employers take advantage of that. Yeah, no, absolutely. If you tried to break it down to the average person, they'd just be like, but I always been tipping and stuff. Why would I not tip? It's part of our culture. That's right. Mm-hmm.
You really need to work on your southern accent. I don't know how to be on your hold my beer. Hold my beer, I say.
Kikona. Yeah.
I can do that because I'm wearing a somewhat Texas hat. Cowboy hat. Texas, Aussie, Louisiana, Alabama. Oh, where's that fancy? Help. Nashville. There we go. Nashville. The old grand stage. I have no idea how many accents I had did there. I can't hear myself. Okay, sorry.
Some people make more in tips than they would in minimum wage. That's why they want it around. Yeah, I would say so. There are some people who probably make a lot of money off of that.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I know servers that.
The only people I tip are strippers. But that's a stripper. She's not making you food and bringing it. Well, she's not even making the food. She's not bringing you over food. She's showing you her ass. It's a bit different.
I agree. It's different. She's the main source of the product. She's the main source of the product. Food at a restaurant is like the main source of the product. Bank would be money, I guess. Yeah. Car dealership would be cars, and then she's selling her body. I mean, she's the main product that's being sold. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, she's shaking her ass. Strippers still exist? Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know, man. Abolish tipping. It'd be great. I don't know. L tipping. I still tip, unfortunately, because I feel bad for people, but I shouldn't feel bad.
You shouldn't have to.
For not tipping.
You shouldn't have to.
Yeah. Why, yes, you gotta tip the stripper who shows you her mole hole. No.
That's weird. You know.
Didn't the South Park guys revive a restaurant with no tips and the staff got mad because they'd make much less? Yeah, that's the joke, because they won't pay them more because they're greedy. Because they'll just pay them like a not livable wage and it sucks. Yeah, that was the irony of the whole episode, is that they fucked them over. Yo, Scarlet, what's up? Thank you for the raid! The problem is twofold: emotional Karens that think you're killing waiters by not tipping them, and waiters themselves that think being a waiter is a life hack for making good money in an entry-level job until suddenly they don't get good tips, then it's a personal 9/11. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Nuka Mentasius! Thank you the 50! No shot! Thank you! I really appreciate it! W gifted. W Nuka. Guys, if you got a gifted sub, please say thank you. Yeah. Boom, boom. Good service, good tip. Bad service, bad tip. It's just the way it works for now. No, incorrect. If you have no money, why the fuck would you tip?
Agreed.
Don't VTubers live on tips? This must be a common misconception because I hear this all the time. It's not a tip. Because this is like a wage to me. I don't get paid anything by Twitch. Everything that is it's a donation. I also don't, I have to pay taxes on my tips.
It's commission. You're basically working commission. You're out, it's like the sales. You're out there, you're selling yourself every day, doing Twitch, doing YouTube, you're selling yourself. You are the product. So you're working commission. And the government, that's why the government takes such a high tax at the end of the year, because you are considered a self-employed company working for commission. So they got to take all that tax, your own company in your name, because you're working for yourself, and then they have to tax you for all the commission that you're taking. And it's a high, that's why the taxes are so high for VTubers. It's stupid. because they're using something that was set up for a whole nother industry. And that's why that's why taxes are insane for VTubers and content creators, because they see you as a business, which is true. You are a business. Again, I'm not a tax expert. I just get taxed. I've worked commission jobs. I worked sales jobs, and it just comes down to basically the form you write yourself. Like the jobs I worked before, there was a few years back, you were immediately owed the IRS $1,000, no matter what you did, no matter how you divvy up your pay buckets, and you will always owe at least $1,000 at the end of the year because you worked that one job. That's just how it is, and it sucks.
Tips, defined by the government, legally speaking, cannot be taxed. I have to pay taxes on my tips. Yeah, because I have to pay everything. I have to pay all my taxes.
Sorry, what's it? Woo, I was drinking and it just anyways. That's because it's considered a wage. Again, a wage. Can't remember the name off the top of my head. Ooh, I'm tired. That's why I keep seeing my eyes go down. Woo, long day. Okay, continue.
Yeah. You also don't expect anyone to donate. You don't ask anyone to donate. Guys, I need some change. Tips are taxed? What do you mean? Far.
She gotta pay for that cheese, y'all. She gotta pay for that cheese whiz that she throws in her mouth. Shh, yum. When she playing WoW. Yeah, I mean, you can't ban me off my own channel. No, she hasn't banned me yet. She probably will.
Tips are taxed? What do you mean? Far less than what I've had to pay. It's not considered a tip, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. You pay far less in tip taxes if it's defined as a tip, but streaming tips aren't defined as a tip. Nuka with another 50!
Woo!
No way, dude. Thank you so much, Nuka! Guys, if you got a freaking gifted sub, please say thank you!
Thank you!
Yeah. Thank you so much. That tip is almost as big as mine. You're done. Thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Y'all have fun. Yo, thank you so much, man. I hope you have a fantastic day. Tips are taxed at full rate, the same as any other income. If you declare it, that's the difference. No, I think that are tips taxed at a different rate? You consider change from 60% higher income rate, which would change the rate applied to your overall income. I don't know, maybe I misread. I thought it gets taxed less. In general, no tips are not taxed at a different rate than your standard wages. Your income tax rate could only change if your income from tips pushed you into a higher income bracket, which would change the rate applied to your overall income. I don't know. It's some tax shit. They just don't declare them? Oh!
Cash.
Well, I declare mine. The IRS is gonna beat my ass. Yeah. It's the same, but most papers don't declare tips. I would imagine this is a lot easier when tips were primarily cash nowadays. Most people but tip via cards. It's probably harder. That's a good point! Wait, okay, never mind. I think that's probably what it was. Yeah.
Good old cash.
Yours are electronically tagged. You can't ignore them. No, they're not classified as tips. It's not. It's income, like some standard income thing. Yeah. Unfortunately.
I wish I could remember the
cash tips, people don't declare cash, then it just goes into the system. That's why they want it. That's why they want this to happen. Yo, Federal Reserve, thank you for 3 months in advance. Have you come to take my money? I paid my taxes. Cash is king. That's right.
And Smug the Queen.
Federal Reserve. I don't know, man. Again, if you ever see this kind of shit, just type in 0, man. Yep.
Type in negative and get money back.
Alana, here in Brazil, we are obligated to pay 10% of the restaurant bill as tip. You don't have a choice. What, are they gonna put a gun to your head?
Probably, yeah.
Bad system, bad actors. Yeah, of course. I'm not saying that every waitress person or waiter is bad. I'm just saying it sucks. I think it's a very outdated, stupid system that needs to be destroyed.
And it hurts everyone.
PvP server tip or else. Yeah, never mind. You know what I said about Brazil? How you don't have a gun to your head, but it's Brazil, so maybe they'll PvP you out of your money. That's only in fancy restaurants. No, in America you have to tip everywhere. It's cringe. I hate it. I've tipped people for really nice art before. Yeah. That's about it, though.
Yeah, so if you like this video, go check out SmugAlana. And again, if you want a waifu cup, check out one of the videos. Like she said, she has a little waifu cup down there. So yeah. Adios and ada.